Hello, this is Emily. Welcome back to my channel. We have reached the end of March, which means it's time for another reading wrap-up video. Now, in the month of March, I did have much better luck with my reading progress. So in March, I read 19 books in total. 5 I read physically, 5 I listened to on audio, 6 were mangas, and then I read 3 graphic novels. So let's hop right on in, and I want to discuss each of the books I read and just a brief rating and what I thought of them. I read Silver Spoon Volume 3, which I gave 4.5 stars, and this was a great continuation of the series. Next, I want to talk about Strange Practice by Vivian Shaw. I listened to this one on audio. Unfortunately, this was only a 2.5 star for me. I really wanted to enjoy it. Honestly, I don't know half of what happened because I just had no interest while listening to this. So that's why it got such a low rating, even though I really wanted to love this book. I just couldn't get into the writing style. I read I believe it's the 4th volume of Fence, titled Rivals. Oh yeah, it is volume 4 if I read the cover. But anyways, this was a 4.5 star for me, and I really love where the series is going, and I can't wait for the next installment, even though I will be waiting for a little bit because I don't think it's being published till later this year. I tackled Vesper by Margaret Rodgerson. This is a standalone set in a world where people are in fear of being possessed by ghosts, and ghosts are and spirits are overruling the world and take over people's bodies. And this was a 4.5 star for me. I really did enjoy it, and looking forward to what other works this author publishes. I tackled The Martian by Andy Weir. This is a book that's been sitting on my TBR for quite some time, and it's on my 12 books to read before the end of the year. And I'm glad I finally picked it up because it's probably my favorite book I've read of the month, and it was a strong, solid 5-star read for me. Another book I tackled was The Legend of Brightblade by Ethan Aldridge, and this was a cute little graphic novel following bards who can create magic through their music. And this was a 4-star read for me, and I really did enjoy it. I read Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the Worlds, which is the sequel to the hit classic Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Such a long title. But anyways, unfortunately, this did kind of suffer from middle book syndrome or sequel syndrome. I can't talk today. It's been a long day. But, so unfortunately, it only got a 3.5 stars for me. I felt like there wasn't much plot in places, and it really did drag on in bits and pieces. I read De Profundus by Oscar Wilde, which is basically the long letter he wrote while incarcerated. And this was a 3-star read for me. I did find it enlightening to see, inside his thought process while he was, incarcerated. However, parts of it were very lengthy, but I guess back then when you don't have anything else to do, you write letters. I followed up with the sequel to Skyward by Brandon Sanderson and tackled Starsight, which was a very enjoyable read. It was solid 5 stars. I did enjoy the new characters and different types of alien species that were introduced in this novel. And I can't believe, after that cliffhanger, it makes me want to dive into Titanic. So I might be doing that in the near future because I just hate when it bookends on a cliffhanger because it really makes me want to know more. I read The Never-Ending Story by Michael Ende. This was only a 4-star read for me. It probably would have been a 5-star, except the second half of it really started feeling like it was dragging on, which is why I docked a star for it. But overall, I did enjoy the story and understand why it's such a classic, and now I should finally watch the movie because I've never seen the movie in its entirety. I read the 11th volume of Gintama. This was 5-star read for me, and a great continuation of the series, and full of lots of laughs and adventure. I finally completed The Nemesis by S.J. Kincaid. This was the final book in the Diabolic series. Unfortunately, it was only 3.5 stars for me. I just don't feel like it lived up to the prior 2 works in this series. So I was kind of disappointed with how it was executed and ended. I read Bloodlust and Bonnets by Emily Mcgovern. This was Another graphic novel that was widely hilarious and had me laughing throughout as I read, and I did thoroughly enjoy it and hope to see more works published by this author. They tackled more about Paddington by Mcgovern, which is a sequel to The Adventures of Paddington Bear. This was a 3.5 star for me, and I really did enjoy the cute little stories of what Paddington was getting up to, because he does get into a lot of trouble, it seems. I finally read The Summer Palace by C.S. Paquette. Unfortunately, this is only 3.5 stars for me. I think it was a collection of short stories, which is probably one of my least favorite forms of writing, because I always want more than what's giving with a short story. But I did enjoy it. I just wish that some of these stories were a bit longer, but I guess that defeats the purpose of a short story. I tackled volumes 15 through 18 of My Hero Academia. I believe volume 15 was a 4.5 star and the rest were 5 stars, or some of them might have been 4.5. I don't know off the top of my head, but basically we were wrapping up an arc in this. I read a whole arc, and there was a lot of drama, a lot of action, and then also some tragedy, but I did thoroughly enjoy it, and I can't wait to see what's next in store for our up and coming heroes. Well, that is all for today's video. I am successfully pleased that I was able to tackle so many books in the month of March compared to February. But I guess that's about it for today. If you did enjoy, feel free to click the like and subscribe button down below, and I hope to see you guys next time.